I know Clara Miller and several of the other people that had moved in after the Dandies moved in. They had the same experiences periodically, to where they could walk in the house and maybe there was no one there but them, and they could hear these voices, but you could never understand what the words were. Have you ever run into that situation?
Several times. I've been sitting watching TV in the late evening, and well, she goes up to bed, and I sit down and watch TV, and then I hear these muffled voices all around. And a couple of times I felt like somebody touched me.
Wow.
But I figured it was, a nervous twitch.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Flo, anything to add to that?
About the same thing. I hear them too, and I can't figure out where they are or where it's coming from. You just hear the muffled voices, and then you get different smells, cigar smells, food cooking. I don't know where they're coming from, if they're coming through the air or what. And a lot of times you hear noises, and I can't figure out where the noise is coming from either. But if there is ghosts here, which I believe there is, they don't want us to see them. They only want us to hear them, I guess. But occasionally we still hear the muffled voices and noises. And one thing that's got me lately is I hear him call me, and he says he didn't. So
Yeah, she said, "Joe, did you call me?" "No, I didn't call you." She said, "Well, I heard you calling me."
so
Yeah. It's sort of funny that everybody has had just about that same experience. The only one that I can remember that was different than that was the Dandy girl. I believe it was Beth, and that really bothered her. She had the lower bedroom, and she could actually hear a man and a woman talking outside of her window, which really bothered her a lot because they were actually talking about her.
I just wanted to say that I believe the house was and is haunted, but they don't bother us. But I think we went through that already.
Well, why do you think that?
For the fact we still hear things. We don't see them anymore.
She feels their presence.
I feel their presence, and they just don't talk to us.
No, they don't like us. We're too old.
There's a reason for that, and I think I'll wait till you get there.
Okay.
I think the reason for that is it goes right back to where Clara, when she was really despaired about the whole thing, and she had some friends that had friends in Buffalo from where they used to live that were psychics, and one gentleman was in a wheelchair that came down with the ladies, and he went through the house, and they were leaving, and he turned around and said to Clara, he said, only elderly people would ever be able to live here. And it's because of the energy that they have, opposed to children that are running around and racing and having all their friends in, and the activity was really incredible. But a senior citizen like me or you guys, we don't have that same amount of energy anymore, so therefore it doesn't really feed their requirement. I mean, they need the energy to be what they are. And if that's cut back, then they don't have that ability to be able to present themselves in a manifestation that might have happened to other families, just because the energy is not there. We've lived our lives, so...
That's probably true, because I know when we have our grandchildren come out to visit us, or younger people visit, they always see stuff. Well, we don't see it, but they do. My great-grandson, he saw the woman at the window, and others have seen the little boy down by the pond, and they see things, but we don't see it. So that's probably true.
Yeah, I think it is.
And what you're saying is that in order for them to exist, they have to feed off the energy of other people.
Right, the electricity that keeps us alive.
Otherwise, they cease to exist.
Well, they may not cease to exist, but they don't influence us because they don't have the energy
They
to.
become ineffective.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, this has been.
We love the place, and we're going to stay here as long as possible.
This is.
We told them when we moved here You can stay, but we're not leaving. We're staying till we die.
They're already dead, so they're here for a long time, aren't they? That's it then, huh? Okay. I appreciate you doing this for us.
No problem.
Thank you, Flo. Joe.
You had to get into the act, didn't you?
Ye
Old!
UFO store.